Yeah, fine, just doing some filming, thanks. Thank you very much. There we go. What a nice lady. This is what Northumberland is about. See, she likes scooters. Anyway, hello again. Right, by the time this video comes out, I'll be on my way to Europe on the ADV350. So I thought what I would do in this video is just explain what I'm looking forward to by going on the ADV, where I'm going to, and what kind of preparations I've done. So let's get straight into it. So I'm heading off on the Newcastle to Amsterdam ferry, which is an overnight ferry. Mainly because of, you know, where I live, Berwick-upon-Tweed, which is just on the English-Scottish border. I didn't really fancy schlepping 400 miles or so over to Dover or the Channel. And of course, those are the most boring, tedious roads in Britain, and they always involve a cold Gingsters pasty. So for those of you that are not in the UK, a Gingsters pasty is the kind of food that you would least want to put into the temple of your body. So I'm going to get the ferry from Newcastle, which is only about an hour away for me. That's an overnight ferry to Amsterdam. Once I get to Amsterdam, I'm going to head towards Chimay, which is a little town in Belgium, obviously for a few beers, and also to have a look at the Chimay racing circuit. From Chimay, I'm heading down over to the Alsace on the French-German border, again for some more wine. Then I'm making my way over to Switzerland, staying in Grindelwald for a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, and maybe try and do some walking. And from there, I'm going to wend my way back. So in total, I think it'll probably be about 1,500 to 1,600 miles, and I've got 10 days to do it. So I've got plenty of time. I just want a low pressure, easy, nice, pleasant holiday with a few non-riding days so I can sample the local produce, which of course will be beer, cheese, wine, bread, cake, more beer, and probably a little bit more cheese. So that's the idea of the trip. So in terms of the ADV350 though, I'm so looking forward to taking it. A number of reasons for that. First of all, I think it will be very different to my previous trips on bigger, much more powerful motorbikes, you know, where, to be honest, much of the emphasis of those trips was about the bike itself and trying to get the most out of it. With the ADV, it's not really about the machine. It's about the journey. It's about where I'm going, what I'll be seeing, and what I'll be experiencing and doing during that time. And I'll be doing all of that in the easiest way possible while still experiencing everything that is good about two wheels. I'm not worried about the speed and power aspect, but it will be interesting to see how the ADV350 performs on high mountain passes, you know, at altitudes of 2,000 meters and above. Okay, so in terms of the security then, 3 levels to the security. Level 1 is my cheapo brake lever lock, which you've seen before, and that will also act as a handbrake for when I'm on the ferry. Next level is my Light Lock X1 shackle lock, nice and light, 150 quid, and apparently in tests it takes about 4 minutes for a mains angle grinder to get through, so that's number 2. And then finally we've got my lock and chain. This is a Pragmasis protector chain, 2 meters long, which means I can wrap it around things, and it's 13mm links, which is probably about the best compromise between portability and security, and that will be secured by a Squire Mini Matterhorn D-lock. And the reason why I've gone for the D-lock is that will give me extra versatility, you know, just in terms of being able to use it as a disc lock as well. So that's all the security. So what I hope to be able to do is secure the bike to something immovable with a lock and chain, use the D-lock through the other wheel, and then use the brake lock as my final level of security. So that's the security sorted. So in terms of the helmet that I'll be taking now, I did buy this HAC I90 helmet a couple of months back, and it's a flippity-floppity flip-up helmet, which I thought would be really useful for when I'm away, so I don't always have to take the helmet off, you know, when going into garages and stuff. But I've worn it for a couple of 2 months and I won't be taking it, to be honest. I'm finding it a little bit heavy, and it's also really quite noisy, and it's a strange kind of high-frequency noise as well, which I find really irritating on long rides. And also I'm not finding it that comfortable, and it sort of gives me that kind of pressure headache, you know, after a couple of hours, but that could be because I haven't probably been wearing it enough. So, but just to be on the safe side, I'm not going to take the HJC i90 helmet. I think it's pretty good, but I'm going to wear something that's comfortable and that's got an internal sun visor, as does this one. So I'm probably going to be taking one of my Bell helmets, but I'll report later on the HJC helmet to see whether it gets a little bit more comfortable. But yeah, it's a good helmet. Like I say, it is just a little bit noisy, even though I will of course be wearing earplugs. And on that note, the next section is going to be about my favourite earplugs. Can't wait. Right, earplugs then. On the vitally important subject of earplugs, my favourite earplugs are these 3M EAR ones. So these are the little yellow ones that are shaped like little miniature barrels. Really good. They attenuate the noise brilliantly, and they're also really, really comfortable and stay in your ears, which is kind of quite important. Now, previously I was using the Boots ones, and Boots is a UK chemist for those overseas viewers of the channel. So I used to use the Boots ones, and they were kind of flesh coloured ones, kind of very similar to the 3M ones, and they used to work really well, but you can't get them anymore. And instead, Boots, for some unaccountable reason, we've changed them to these little cylindrical or sort of torpedo shaped blue ones, and mark my words, they are absolutely pants. They are rubbish. I mean, you'd be better off getting some tissue paper and shoving it in your ear like that. That is the equivalent of the Boots earplug. Honestly, absolutely pants. I suppose the one advantage is you can sort of pull it out your ear, blow your nose. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so in terms of riding jeans then, I'm taking 2 pairs of riding jeans with me. So I've got my double C rated Furigan black jeans, which you'll have seen in many a video. And also I've just splashed out on a new pair of Roadskin riding jeans. And these are absolutely cracking actually. And these are triple C rated, which I think is about the highest rating that you get from these type of jeans. Very, very comfortable, really nice fit, and very nice kind of slim body armour as well at the knees and the hips. So yeah, looking forward to using these. Very, very comfortable. Recommended actually. I'm really, really enjoying them and really nice to ride in. I'm not sponsored by them. Paid for the jeans with my own money, but they are really, really nice. And even better, I think you can get a free pair of gloves if you go and order now. So yeah, those are my riding jeans that I'll be taking. So one of the reasons why I'm really looking forward to taking the ADV is just the absolute ease of use. So first off is, you know, the storage, you know, so under the seat I can stash all of this security. Absolutely no problem under there. So 48 litres under there. And even better, what I can do now is, not only is everything secure, for once I can bring my proper camera bag with me, which is going to be absolutely brilliant, you know, because usually I just don't have the space or the security to bring the camera bag, so that's going to be good. Anyway, and then the next part of the storage is of course the top box. So this is a Givi 47 litre Blade top box, very, very nice. So I'll be putting my luggage in there, and then I've got my two and a half litres in my little glove compartment. So how brilliant is that? And you know, and added to that, obviously the CVT gearbox and everything else. Just really looking forward to it. You know, ease of use. I might actually almost look like a professional. Could you imagine it? So I think I'll be able to hold my head up high, you know, when I'm faced with those bikes with wardrobe-sized aluminium panniers. Okay, so in terms of other preparation then, not really very much really, to be honest. I've applied some of the world's biggest UK stickers onto the back of the top box, which we'll have a look at in a minute. And I've got a puncture repair kit, and I've got a pump with me. I've got a few extra tools, but to be honest with you, I don't really expect to be able to use, I don't expect to use them. And let's face it, I won't be able to fix anything anyway. I mean, if the engine went wrong, I mean, I don't even know where the engine is really, to be honest. And God, if the CVT went belly up, my God, what do you do then? But you know, fingers crossed, nothing's going to happen. I think it's going to be absolutely fine. And anyway, Honda dealerships all over Europe, so absolute peace of mind there. What else have I got? Well, I've changed the tyres. There's going to be a separate video on the tyres, but I've now got Michelin City Grip 2 tyres on it. And they feel really nice actually, but more of those later in another video. So that's it for the prep. So finally, what am I going to be taking in my bag, in my camera bag? which for the first time I can bring all of my stuff with me and stash everything safely under the seat. So the camera I'm going to be taking is the Panasonic GH6, which is a micro four thirds camera, and it's brilliant. I mean, I know everybody swears by full frame cameras these days, but the beauty of micro four thirds is the size, not so much the camera itself, but the lenses. You know, for example, this lens on here at the moment is a 35mm to 100mm lens, pretty small, but this is the equivalent size lens, you know, for a full frame camera, and it's big and huge and heavy. You know, it's like a bazooka, and I've never taken it on holiday. Right, so that's it. So as yet, I'm not sure what sort of video is going to come out of the trip, and I won't be editing and uploading stuff while I'm away, as to be honest, I'll have other things to do, you know, like the aforementioned beer, cheese, cake, biscuits and beer consumption. So the channel will be a bit quiet during September. However, I will commit to posting at least one photo per day on the community tab. Maybe. Okay. See you later. Flies.